Hello, you beautiful humans. Welcome back to the third July Stretch Challenge session. So we're going to start today by getting the birds to not be too loud. We're going to start today by just jumping softly, keeping your knees nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Hello, you beautiful humans. We're going to get going with July Stretch Challenge, the third session. So what I want you to do is start by having a soft, gentle jump, keeping your knees nice and soft, hips, or feet, I should say, hips width apart. And I want you to start by taking 3 deep breaths, first nice and high. Go a bit lower into your tummy. And then feel as if it expands even your arms. All right, we're going to start by looking up and chin to chest. And looking up, try and draw that chin into the sky rather than the back of your head into your back. So really lift. One more. All right, taking your head to the side, try to make sure that it doesn't tilt. Your chin should be parallel to the ground. All right, now dropping the head to the side. Remember, as you're dropping your head to the side, we spoke about this in the first session, pull the opposite shoulder down as if you've got something heavy in that hand. Switch, switch. So don't just drop the head. Keep your stretching active. Switch. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Now we're going to go for a gentle roll. As you do the roll, I want you to think about your chin getting to the clavicle and your head rotating off of that. So chin to clavicle. And roll off of that. I really hope that that name for that part of the body is clavicle. All right, reverse, opposite direction. Lift the chin up, 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 and then push it into the chest. Up. So there's a difference that I feel when I'm doing this between thinking about the energy in the top of my head in comparison to the energy being actually in my chin. And I'm feeling it stretching my neck differently. And coming up, now rolling all the way down, soften those knees. And back up. Remember, we're trying to keep our hips close to our head as we roll down. One more time. Now this time you're going to roll your shoulders back, extend your chest, push your knees and collapse to the ground, pushing your hips up and rolling up. Shoulders back, collapse your knees, roll down. Shoulders back, chest forward, collapse your knees and down. Shoulders back, collapse. And stay there. Keep your knees soft. Rock from side to side. All right, I want you to touch your toes if you can. Your knees can be bent here. And I want you to draw up your legs. And now go to the side and then think you're drawing down the side of your legs. As you're drawing down the side of your legs, I'm not trying to think about collapsing over. In fact, I'm trying to think about lifting up with my opposite rib. I want to lightly keep my hands connected on my thighs because if I let them go out, then I fall over past my legs. My feet, sorry. So here what I'm trying to do is actually keep the whole movement within my foot frame. All right, you're going to take the hands over, really stretching that top arm long. Remember, we're not bending here. Again, your knees can be bent. They don't have to be straight. Take it all the way up. Breathe, find this position. So if you have hyperextended elbows, try not to let them find their extent. Their full extent. Instead, try and create a straight line across from your arms. Take it over, really stretch it long. Try and really pull that arm away from your body as your hip is pulling down and take it down. and up, over again. 1, 2, drop, 3, up, 4. 1, 2, drop, 3. And 1, 2, up, 3. 1, 2. Now you're going to swing, bring it up, swing, out, swing, up, swing, out. Let the hands at the end open and hold. Try and push that chest up and relax down. Now you're going to take your hands up. You're going to reach forward by pushing your hips back, keeping your knees straight on this one, and bend and straight. I'm going to go sideways. Bend and straight. So this whole time you're trying to keep your back as flat as you can and your neck long. Don't drop your head or lift your head. Keep it straight, 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 until you feel a pull here that means that you can't go any further. Really stretch those arms away from your body and collapse. Bend your knees, come up, ranger. Wait, get off the table. Oh my gosh, this is the second video that I've had to do. I'm so sorry. Get off. If anyone knows how to not let your cats. I swear he's just trying to go that little bit further every time. Give me cat tips. All right, hands up. Now when you bring your hands up, please don't take your shoulders up with them. Push your hands down the back. Knees hip width apart, reaching forward. Your ears should be in line with your hands right now. Straight legs, bend and up. Bring your belly button to your spine. Down and up. So check your alignment of your neck here. Even as I pull my arms back, I pull my shoulders back. So I'm not doing this. One more. Up, pull it down until you're feeling really stretched behind. I'm thinking about pulling my butt back and my arms forward, but without my shoulders. Relax. All right, cross your arms. I'm gonna rock a little bit. So my knees are bent here. All right, put your hands on the ground, even if that means that your knees are bent. Walk your hands out, walk your hands back, walk them to the side, walk them to the side. Try to straighten that a little bit more in your knees. Walk your hands forward, to the side, back to the center. One more time. Walk it forward. The whole time I'm doing this, my heels are staying on the ground. Coming to the center, bend your knees, rolling up. I might have to lock him out if he keeps doing that in our videos. Can you just stay there and be like a cat? Alrighty, take your hand across your body. Pull the arm across. Pushing that shoulder down. The arm that's straight, not bent at all. Take it behind your back, give your back a tap. Hand on the elbow, if you can push it further, go. If you need to readjust with your head, let that happen. Open it back, take the other arm across. And hand up. Thinking about my cat being naughty. And take your arms back down. Shake your arms move that blood around again. Okay, we're going to face, if you have a mat, go to an end of your mat. All right, I want you to take one foot forward and turn out your next foot. And you're going to go into a gentle bend, pulling your belly button into your spine. And as you're doing this, you should feel a stretch through your hip flexor. All right, now we're going to push back, point your foot and go a tiny bit further. We're going to do this 3 times, as in the push. It'll get harder the further you go. And push, stretch that a little bit more. Trying to keep the heel and the ball of your foot on the back foot flat. And push back. Change sides. You don't have to change sides. I don't know why I changed sides. All right, forward, turn out at the back. Here. I never noticed my floor creaking until today. Push back, land a bit further, so deeper into the stretch. Whatever side feels less difficult for you is most likely your more flexible side. So this side, I'm not super feeling this yet, whereas the other side I was feeling it straight away. Push. Land deeper. Try and keep your shoulders parallel to the front leg. Alrighty, from here, open both legs out. We're going to go over to the side. Now as you go over to one side, you're trying to point your toe of your opposite foot, and at the same time, try and pull your kneecap into your hip. So go over, point your toe, pull your kneecap into your hip. Walking over, point your toe, kneecap into your hip. So really actively pull it in. Pull it in. Pull it in. I haven't done these sessions with music because if I use my normal music, YouTube will cut the sound, and I figure you guys can put music on if you want it. I could search for music that would be okay to play. Flex now and point and flex. But we'll see how these go. If you guys really enjoy these sessions, then we can end up doing more with them. What are you doing, Ranger? All right, go across. Flex. While you're doing this, your heel of your supporting leg on the ground, not up in the air. Alrighty. Come to the center. If you have to bring your foot in a tiny bit, do sit with your palms on your knees. Just relax there a little bit. Alrighty, we're gonna go down to our elbows. So again, just breathe into that position. You'll notice that I'm not holding and pushing. I'm relaxed, I'm moving a tiny bit. All right, we're gonna take a seat. Okay, so I want you to roll your ankles. Now he is giving himself a bath on camera. That's nice. All right, I want you to point your feet as hard as you can and bend your knees. This will feel a bit weird. Now I want you to straighten your legs, pushing the under your knees into the ground as much as possible. Your kneecaps pulling into your hips, And I want you to flex your feet. Point and bring in. Flex. As you do this, every time you flex out, try and straighten your spine that little bit more. Last one. And point your toes. All right, we're gonna rock over from the side to the side. Now every time you rock over, I don't want your hip of your opposite leg to pick up. Instead, because I'm reaching over to this leg, I want to push out and push that hip on the ground. So I'm getting two-way stretch. Remember we spoke about that in the first session. Reaching longer. As much as you can, try not to be here. Try to pull your chest through. Man, the creaking in my floor. It's really annoying me today. All right, gently going to the center. Putting your hands in the middle. Now, if your knees are bent here, your focus is just a straight back. If your knees are completely locked, then we're going to focus on going lower, okay? So if your knees are completely locked and your feet are as pointed as they possibly can be, walk your hands a little bit further. And a little bit further. Now go 2 walks of your hands to your side. 1, 2. To the center, to the side, to the center, to the side, to the center, to the side. If you want to go lower, feel free. All right, now that arm position that we found before, remember if you have hyperextended elbows, do not go to your extent. Push your shoulders down your back. Take your hand up and across. As you're stretching this hand over, really point that toe in the other direction. Reach forward, reach over, and find that position with your hands. Reach over and forward, over and up. Boom. Get up, and up. Boom. Get up, and up. Good, shake your legs. Give them a little cuddle, a little bit of attention. Roll them a tiny, teeny bit. All right, leg, so that we have our foot and our knee in line. Knee and hip in line. Trying to get square. So we're trying not to have this hip lifted up a lot. Facing that leg. Down and up and down and up and down and up and down. Stay there. As you're here, if you can put your elbows on the ground, great. If you want a little bit more, start to extend that leg behind you. If you want a little bit more, make sure that this ankle doesn't start to come in because it will want to. Really lock that back leg and you can come up. So it's up to you which level you want to sit at. If you just want to stay elbows on the ground. Remember, we're trying to push our shoulders down the back. We don't want to be here. We want to be long, even if I'm not straight up. Kind of moving your hips towards the edge, back to the center. And flipping over. So, foot, knee. Do you like my socks? They have little koalas on them. Bush Heritage Australia. Daniel gave them to me. Some trail running group gave them to him. All right, so again, working down. No one probably cares about my socks. Going down. Remember, we're trying to have a nice long back. We're not trying to curve in. if you're good here, elbows on the ground. If you're good there, push your leg behind you. If you're great there, lock that back leg. Coming up a bit. If you want to come up more. And you can move your hips from the center and out. All right. Cross your legs in front of you, but not with one under the leg, just gently in front. All right, trying to keep your knees on the ground. You're gonna reach forward. So I'm gonna go sideways so you can see this. You don't have to shift. Reaching forward and up. Forward and up. Forward and up. Forward and up. One last time. And up. Switch your legs. So remember, I'm not trying to tuck the foot under the other leg. Just holding it through. Coming down. Coming up. Coming down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Good. Lying on your back. All right. Hugging that knee to your chest. Rolling the ankle. Now pointing the foot. As you point your foot, push that top knee into your back. Well, it's not my back, it's my, my chest. As I'm pointing that foot, I'm also locking that bottom knee and pointing the foot under me. Move it a little bit in. I'm not a fan of that feeling. And out. The in gets me. Woo. And out. In. Alrighty, holding under on your thigh. And you're going to push your heel up. Point your foot and flex him. And point him and flex him. Take your foot, your hands, up a little bit higher and point him. The whole time I'm trying to engage my bottom leg as well. He's not just relaxing, having a good time. He's working too. All right, if you want to, you can go one more. This whole time you're trying to keep your shoulders down though, not up, creating this tension. Okay, flex and point, and flex and point, flex, point, flex, and take it down on top of the other knee. Now you're going to hold under your thigh on your other one. If you want a little bit more, you can straighten that top leg, grab your ankle and do the same, but you want to try and keep your hips on the ground. So you don't want to do that. It's kind of defeating the purpose. So you leave it here and then pull that forward. I'm not going to. It's not where I'm at today. All right, relaxing that leg down, swapping it over. Remember, both legs are active, so the one that's now straightening is staying as straight as something. I don't know what I was gonna reference. As straight as, what's really straight? Hopefully your house is pretty straight. You want all those lines to be straight. All right, take it in a little bit. And out to the edge a little bit. In a bit. Middle. Back. Middle. Remember, keep that other leg active. So what I'm trying to do is push the inside of my kneecap on my other leg into the ground as much as possible. All right, hold under your thigh. flexing and pointing and flexing and pointing and flexing, pointing, flexing and pointing. Take your hands a little bit higher up. Flexing and pointing again. Oh, I just realized that I relaxed my bottom leg. So again, every time you catch yourself, it's so easy to do, relax that bottom leg. Make him active again. All right, if you can, tiny bit higher. I don't have much left in this leg. So you're really trying to push that heel through the roof. And then as you're pointing, you should feel it actually coming at the front of your leg. All right, take him down on top of the other knee. Pull it back, sing it back, sing. What is that song? Sing it back to me. What is that? I'm gonna guess it's a 90s, early 2000s song. All right, if you want a little bit more, straighten that leg and grab your ankle. I'm not there today. All right, gently take them down, relax, relax, relax. Shake him off like the lady that's touring. What's her name? Okay, obviously I don't remember. All right, knee on the ground, adjust your body if you need to. Hands over, trying to keep that knee on the ground and then trying as much as possible to reach that hand further away and putting the other shoulder on the ground. Take it back, over, let the knee go, and reach over. This is my sticky sad from a back injury from a long time ago. All right, now we're gonna lie on our tummies. Okay, now as you're here, I want you to point your feet behind you, squeeze your bottoms, and then if you want to go up onto your hands, you are more than welcome. That is not a stretch that my body is willing to do right now. So you have to really listen to your body. Where are the points where you feel like you can push that is not aggravating, pushing to your good feeling limits? Take it down a little bit. Take it up again. If you want to go up to your hands again, you can. And coming back onto your knees. Open those bad boys up, drop it down, reach forward. I'm pushing my butt towards my feet first. Now bring it a little bit more forward so your hips are dropping between your knees. This one shouldn't feel like it's too crazy. You're not trying to push past your limit here. Next, we're going to bring our hips forward. And I don't want you to think about trying to get your toes on the ground. I want you to try and think about getting your heels on the ground. My hair just does not want to stay in my bobby pin today. All right, bring the knees in. Coming up to all fours, making your shoulders on top of your hands, your knees under your hips. So we don't want to be in here and we don't want to be out there. Okay, so finding that even spot. All right, now we're going to do cat-cow, but I want you to think about first, we're just going to try and do the top half, then the lower half, then everything all together. So I'm thinking about pushing my sternum up, and then sternum down. So my whole center should be staying stuck. You won't feel like you get very far. For those of you that are wanting to work on your body movement, particularly for your afro, this is really, really good for you. One of my coaches in Cuba gave me this exercise and it really helped. All right, now hold chest and tummy. And this time you're just working on that lower parts of your hips. Bring them in. So as I'm bringing my hips in, I'm squeezing my belly to like pull my hips under. As I'm pushing back, it's not going that far because I don't want to engage the middle part yet. One more. Find that neutral spine. All right, now try and make a hula hoop with your body. And the other way. And bring it in. And bring it up. So as I bring it in, I'm pushing my belly button as high as I can. And I'm thinking about connecting my pelvis and my head, both at the top and the bottom. Last one. All right, find that neutral spine again. Put your feet down. Hands on the ground. You're gonna push your feet to the ground as you push your butt in the air. Make sure no one's gonna get a little underwear showing. Pushing up as high as you can. Remember, we're not trying to reach with our shoulders forward. We're trying to push our shoulders back into our back. Bend your knees, rolling up. And the tapping, because I forgot the last one and it was cut off in the first one. So if you want to finish here, go for it, turn the video off, you're done with your stretching. If you want to go into your tapping, you're going to start by gently tapping the crown of your head. Just really light, gentle taps, coming back down a little bit further, all over your face. While you're doing this, you're thinking about the air you're breathing, the body that you have, across your chest, over your shoulder, down your arms. The fact that you've made time to do this stretching video, back up your hands. If it's something that you wanted to do and you're doing it. Giving gratitude to your body for functioning as it should. And if there's areas that it's not, trying to send good energy there. Tapping shoulders, neck, chest, towards your back. You can go over your shoulders, over your tummy and your abdomen. Your hips, your lower back, your glutes. Thinking about something that you're grateful for that's happened in your day, down your thighs. If you're doing this at the start of the day, then thinking about something that you're grateful for that happened this week so far, your feet. Coming back up. 3 deep breaths. That makes me want to yawn. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you for joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed the session.